Many properties encroach on natural wildlife habitat, so these incidences are bound to happen. We really need to be aware of our surroundings, especially depending on where you live.
Florida's first deadly bear attack happened right here along the Gulf Coast. An elderly man and his dog were mauled to death yesterday morning.
It happened in Collier County off State Road 29 in Jerome near the Big Cypress Preserve north of Everglades City. Gulf Coast News reporter Kennedy Mason is live near where that man was killed. And Kennedy, we learned that FWC actually removed 2 bears from that area already.
Yes, FWC removed 2 bears from the woods last night. We are still working to learn if they were killed or tranquilized. Now they have taken DNA test samples and they're sending those to the University of Florida to see if those 2 bears are the bears that killed the man and his dog. Now, this attack happened just 15 minutes away from where we are in the woods behind me. We're actually as close as we can get to the scene without losing cell service in this rural part of Collier County. But FWC does confirm the man that was killed is 89-year-old Robert Markle, a longtime Jerome resident. Now, Gulf Coast News spoke with one of Markle's family members last night. She says Markle was asleep inside his trailer yesterday morning when a bear got in and attacked him. She also says he recently scraped himself and wonders if the bear smelled blood. FWC said the victim's daughter is the one who called 911. Officers say a bear also killed the family dog. FWC says Markle and his dog were not killed together. The bodies were found actually within a couple hundred of yards from each other. They are still working to find out if it was just one bear that killed them or multiple.
From what we have so far, that is correct.
We believe that this might be a bear that's known in the area, that has frequented that area before. Is there any way of knowing that?
It could be. We have not verified that information just yet, if this is one of those bears or which bear it was.
And as I mentioned, we are still working to learn if the 2 bears FWC removed from the woods last night are the bears that killed Markle and his dog. I am in contact with FWC, and they say they will give me those DNA test results as soon as they get them this morning. For now, I'm live in Collier County. Kennedy Mason, Gulf Coast News.
All right, thanks, Kennedy. And as Alan mentioned a few minutes ago, this is the first deadly bear attack in the state of Florida, but it's not the first bear injury we've seen here on the Gulf Coast.
Everything went in slow motion, and it was just scary as you can imagine. Truthfully, I'm just happy I got out alive.
So it was a typical night back in 2018 when that man was letting his dog out, and it quickly turned into a bloodbath.
It was standing in front of me, and I tried to turn left real quick and get back in the house and caught a uppercut from a from a brown or a black bear. I don't care if it's scars, I don't care anything. I walked away with my life, and it could have been a whole lot worse.
Wow. 2018 in Collier County was the last time a bear attacked a human here in the Gulf Coast. Yesterday, Gulf Coast News spoke with that bear attack survivor again.
I can't imagine what the family is going through. That shouldn't happen to anybody. It's terrible. My heart goes out to them. My prayers go out to them. I don't wish it on anybody.
Now, he says the bear that attacked him had been roaming around that area for a few months before the attack and even after, and he believes that bear is still out there.
Bears, like most animals, are misunderstood and typically try to protect themselves or even their family, which could result in a dangerous situation if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. FWC says if you see a bear, keep your distance. If the bear notices you, you're already too close. Now, if you do encounter a bear at close range, FWC says you should stay standing up, speak in a calm, strong voice, and back up slowly while avoiding eye contact. FWC says you should not make any sudden movements, like start running, play dead, or try to climb a tree. If a bear attacks you, FWC says you should fight back and also be aggressive, using nearby rocks and sticks. Since 2018, there haven't been any other human bear encounters on the Gulf Coast until now.
Even before this deadly encounter, Gulf Coast News has been telling you that state wildlife leaders are already talking about potentially bringing back a Florida bear hunt. The state estimated Florida had more than 4,000 bears in 2015 and says the population is growing. Supporters argue a hunt may help better manage bear populations as the animals interact with humans, while opponents argue hunting does not reduce human-bear interactions.
Why take the stress and risk the public trust again? Urge you not to give in to pressure and not to go down the bear hunt road again. It's not necessary and the public support is not there.
Don't let people convince you that there's no data. There's plenty of data, and it shows that Florida's bear population is thriving and it can easily support a limited and highly regulated bear hunt.
The last hunt in October 2015 was supposed to be a week long, but it was called off after 2 days after the bear death count rose to more than 300. As of right now, another bear hunt is not on the calendar, but we'll let you know if that changes.
Well, statewide protests are happening next week to protect our Florida black bears. Bear defenders are meeting all across the state on May 17th for peaceful protests. So far, we know there are protests planned for Naples, east of US 41, between Pine Ridge and Ridge Drive, also in Fort Myers, at Daniels Parkway and US 41. You can count on Gulf Coast News to stay on top of this deadly bear attack and let you know if a bear hunt becomes a reality once again. For the newest updates on this story, make sure you download the Gulf Coast News app. Remember, it's available for free on Google Play and in the Apple App Store.
From your Collier